Hello everyone, welcome. My name is vAaron, and today we're just going to talk. We're not going to put any gameplay in the background because Share Factory tends to mess up my voice. It just makes it a lot louder than what it should be. So we're just going to stand here, we're just going to talk. So, there was a stream that happened recently. As you guys know, I did a video on it. I pretty much wasted an hour of my life watching it. But even now, maybe you'll see it in Zone Chat, maybe you won't. But people are crying out for the Rogue to be nerfed. So there's going to be a bit of bias in my opinion here. Why does everything need to be nerfed when it's too strong? Why not use that as a baseline and just buff every other class? Why are people crying out for these nerfs and then they'll get upset when the nerfs happen? The game doesn't need any more nerfs. And then they say, I'm leaving the game because we keep getting nerfed, when a lot of the community are asking for nerfs. You've got the Band of Air. People are genuinely upset that they cannot keep up with the DPS if they do not have the Band of Air. That's how it should be. If people have put in the effort to farm the Band of Air, and by the way, I was not saying the Band of Air was overpowered before I got it. I know I've recently got it, and you guys might be thinking, you're just saying this because you got the Band of Air now. No, the Band of Air has always been strong because of the grind that's behind it. It makes sense. Now, should it be proccing off procs or proccing off gear procs? Probably not. I mean, that does seem a little bit ridiculous. However, I truly believe it was done on purpose in order for the player retention to be up. Everyone's been farming this Band of Air. The numbers have been up, and Cryptic are like, they're so pleased with these numbers. They can show their investors, and oh look, the game's alive, the game's kicking because yada yada yada. It's because they're farming the Band of Air. And the fact that people have done over 800 runs to try and get a Band of Air and still haven't got it, and you're talking about nerfing it before they've got it, you've basically just made their time wasted. Do I think the Band of Air needs to be nerfed? Yes and no. Yes, for the simple fact is, proccing off procs seems really, really strong. However, isn't that why people farmed it? Didn't people farm it and put in the time and put in the effort to be able to put out DPS? Like, obviously, the Band of Air proccing on procs was done intentionally. As I said, I truly believe that. However, when it comes to people complaining about the Band of Air, just go farm it. I understand you might not have the time, you got work, you got kids, you got family, whatever, but if you don't, Neverwinter is essentially, it's a big farm fest. You have to put in time to Neverwinter to grow. The Band of Air, I think the devs are panicking because they will struggle to create something that beats it, to create a ring that beats it. Same goes for the ribcage. So I truly believe the ribcage was done intentionally to get people farming it. People still farm hunts to this day because they make coal modes, coal wards, whatever you want to call them. But for them to take 5% off after everyone that farmed, people have done 20 tier 3s and they still didn't get the ribcage. And now they're about to nerf it again. Was the ribcage overpowered? Yes. Was the Band of Air overpowered? Yes. However, there was grinds behind them. They're like two of the hardest things to get, other than a Tom banner. But in terms of the Rogue and getting nerfed, I think the Rogue should be a baseline. So, when it comes to single target, you've got your classes that can easily keep up with the Rogue. It's the AoE that people have the issue with, because the Rogue can shine in AoE and it can shine in single target. A couple of swipes of Blade Flurry, everything is dead in terms of mobs. Not many classes have that kind of AoE strength. So I think that's what they're looking for, really. I don't necessarily think, even though they're asking for nerfs to the Rogue, I do not think they want another nerf in the game. They're just fed up with the rogue taking all the kills. So, what I think Cryptic should do is add a strong AoE to each class. The rogues have AoE and dots, which is why they can kill the mobs, and also them dots can proc the Band of Air. I do think that should stay. Again, might be biased, but I think when I pop Path of Blades, when I pop Smoke Bomb, their abilities, they should pop the Band of Air. Whether I think gear, I don't know, maybe not. But again, if you think the Band of Air is overpowered, why aren't you farming it? It's as simple as that. You're not meant to keep up DPS wise when someone's put in the effort to farm the Band of Air. But in terms of other classes, the Wizard Thaumaturge, for example, all they said on that is reducing cooldowns. I don't want this to be another stream summary, I've already done that, but reducing cooldowns on a Wizard Thaumaturge, it doesn't seem like it's going to be enough. I think each class needs some sort of strong AoE so they can keep up with the rogue. Keep the rogue as a baseline. We do not need any more nerfs in this game. In fact, buff the rogue and then buff all the other classes so they keep in line. We need buffs, we don't need nerfs. My rogue, he can go down within 2 hits. It's kind of ridiculous. Yeah, but you're strong DPS, or the rogues are the best DPS on the game, so you should go down quick. Well, fine, if that's the case, then we're balanced. It's balanced fairly. We go down easy. There you go. We're essentially a glass cannon. But I believe, in terms of, like the Barbarian, Guardian Fighter, or whatever, they're just examples. Every class needs a strong AoE. Every single class. In terms of single target, every class should be able to keep up with each other. But I do believe that we should be able to wear different gear in order to keep up. I think it's quite annoying how everyone just wears the same thing, and in terms of builds, all you have to do, let's say if you're a rogue, you go look at a hunter ranger build, and you can pretty much grasp what is best for DPS. I think that's a huge problem in the game when it comes to variety. But let me know your thoughts on this. Do you think the Band of Air should be nerfed? Do you think the rogues should be nerfed? Or should the rogues be the baseline and all the other characters should be buffed in line with the rogue? In terms of the Band of Air, as I've already said, I truly think it should be one of the best items in the game. And if you do not have it, you should not be able to keep up. But that's what people are complaining about, the fact that they can't keep up with these who've got the Band of Air. The people who've got the Band of Air, not me, I'm not included in this because I put in minimal effort, but the ones who have farmed the Band of Air, the majority have put in so much effort, they should be near the top of the scoreboard. And if you have not put in the effort to get the Band of Air, you should not be keeping up with them. And it's that simple. That is my opinion. Let me know what you think down in the comments. Leave a like on the video if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you are new. If you want to make your way back to the channel. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.